Got Connections, February 20th, 2018. For as long as I can remember, I prayed for things like money so I could buy a new pair of expensive shoes, passing a test even though I didn't study for it, and not getting a speeding ticket as I sped past a cop that I saw too late. I would also pray for things like finding a better boyfriend because mine was cheating on me, and to stop puking, promising never to drink too much again. In addition, I prayed, and I still pray, for world peace, good health, and for the many people who needed my prayers. It was about 3 years ago when I decided to change my way of praying. I'm sharing this with you not because I want to make you feel uncomfortable or hope that you will change how you worship. My reason for the post is personal. I hope that my children and my mother will someday read this and know where I have been and where I'm going. When we didn't make it to the Super Bowl, I know I bring up this pain way too much. My mom said to me, God didn't answer my prayers. I told her she prayed for the wrong thing. I'm not sure how she took that reply since I didn't stick around long enough to have the discussion. Even though we're both Catholic, my mom's prayers are different from mine. My mom is someone I consider a professional prayer. If only she could get paid for praying, she'd be a millionaire. My mom says a prayer the minute she wakes up in the morning. Then she proceeds with her morning routine, including breakfast and some light chores. She goes back to praying from about 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. She breaks for lunch and then back to prayers from 2:30 to 4 p.m. She ends the night with a prayer before she falls asleep. Every single day. It was during a major fight with my mom that I chose to tell her why I didn't agree with her prayers to make it to the Super Bowl. My view of prayers for things like winning games reminds me of those actors, professional athletes, music artists, Olympians, etc., who like to thank God for their superior talents when they win awards. I think the wording should be different because when they thank God for winning a game or an award, it's as if God favors some and punishes others. I don't believe in a God that punishes, ever. I wholeheartedly agree that we should be grateful to a higher being, whether that's Jesus, God, Buddha, etc., and I think praise to our higher power is not only thoughtful but necessary. What I hope people mean when they think they're one above is that they are grateful to have made the connection between their talent and being blessed. Every single human being is born with gifts and talents. How we use or not use our talent is what makes every person unique. My theory is that it's all tied into how we accept the ups and, more importantly, the downs. The journey for these successful people accepting awards or winning games started with a blessing. We all have the same blessing regardless of race, religion, sex, economic background, etc. It's called life. Our connection, appreciation, and understanding of the meaning of the blessings are what controls our successes. I say this as if I have a special connection that can get us into the hottest club or backstage for an epic concert. However, this connection applies to the Oscar winner, Mother Teresa, or the happy man selling oranges at the freeway exits. Yes, gratefulness is involved, but it's gratefulness for everything. It's easy to be thankful for the good things that happen in our lives, but I open myself up to be thankful for the mistakes, the losses of loved ones, the fights with family and friends, the poor choices, the missed opportunities, the game losses, etc. It is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It takes guts to do what I do. 3 years ago, I figured out that it is within the failures, trials, and tribulations, tests of faith, the if-only moments that I'm enlightened. My gratefulness then is profound. I'm much happier, and I find that I can't hold on to longer for more than a day. Best of all, I have minimal complaints. Here's an example. I was a bit overserved last night on date night. Of course, my daughter had to get to the ski bus by 8 a.m. today, which meant I had to be up to walk the dog, get the ski stuff ready, make breakfast for her, and be in the car by 7:45 a.m. As I was walking the dog, breathing in the cold air to sober me up, I was so grateful that my hangover was the result of delicious food, wine, and good company, and that I woke up in time to walk the dog that I love, and that we have the money for my daughter to ski. Sounds a bit rosy and kumbaya, but tell me, how many imaginary violins would be playing if I complained about my morning? I can bet money that when my mom was pregnant with me, she probably prayed for me to have the best life, to grow up healthy, have a great education, find a good husband who would provide for me, have healthy children, and have a successful life. Check the boxes off. These prayers have been answered. Well, she wanted me to be a newscaster or a TV personality, so that prayer didn't work out. Nonetheless, because she prays for me, I am where I am today. I stopped asking for tangible things. I now pray to see all the blessings, the good, the bad, the ugly. These so-called shortcomings have ways of revealing its fruits later when I need them the most. Would my life be a whole heck of a lot better if we went to the Super Bowl? Duh, no brainer. But instead of thinking of it as if God favored the Eagles' prayers more than my mom's, I just opened up my heart and said, okay, I get it. I'll just keep my eyes wide open so I can see the silver linings, the blessings. And lo and behold, a wonderful, beautiful friend who I love going anywhere with asked me to go to the Super Bowl with her. Coincidence? When I think about the things I am not grateful for, like losing my dad the day after my 31st birthday, it's tough. Over the years, I have found the blessings. My dad died, and I learned about mourning. These days, my compassion for those who have lost their loved ones is deep and genuine because I know a thing or two about loss, which is a blessing. Somehow, sharing this blessing brings me comfort. It doesn't bring back my dad, but I touch lives whenever I offer my heartfelt condolences. It's hard to think this way when tragic, senseless shootings are happening in our schools and we're living in a divided world. People are fed up with saying prayers and want something done to keep us safe. I get it. However, we need both. We need to be protected and we need to have the guts to pray for the silver linings. It's through these terrible times that people who have the talent to communicate, the talent to find solutions, the talent to accomplish goals, the talent to protect, and or the talent to comfort rise above. The families of these victims and our nation need talented people to shine during the darkness. We need heroes and heroines to expose the connections between tragedy and blessings, to help answer the whys, and to help us heal during this sorrowful time. This thoughtful pinch comes in forms of a card, a matted print, a plaque, a magnet, and a candle. This quote is one of my favorites. When I offer condolences, there is gratefulness for the life once lived. I don't nearly pray as much as my mom does. I wish I had the talent and time. Somehow, I'm still lucky enough to constantly witness my blessings unfold. I pray with an open heart to find all the connections made between gratitude and blessings. Maybe all of this is my imagination, but I think God rewards me because I'm not asking to win football games or to find a parking spot when I'm late. Not that there's anything wrong with praying for these things. I just have realistic expectations like, if we win or lose this football game, I pray to recognize the blessings that accompany the outcome. Or if I'm late to a meeting because I couldn't find a parking spot, I ask, please help me find the silver lining for my tardiness. When it comes time to pray for big reasons like the recent school shooting, I pray for the victims, their families, the murderer and his family, which is never easy to do. I also pray that because another school shooting happened, that a proper discussion will lead to real change. And I pray that something good comes from the loss of these young lives. I keep praying for me to recognize all the connections. Pinches, Barb. Full disclosure, I wrote this post before the shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. As I prepared to publish it, I read it over and added to it because I feel like my message is relevant during this sad time.